Hello, welcome. In this video, we will discuss the analysis of PIB today. The first article regarding the Ministry of Tribal Affairs bags the award of appreciation in the 18th CSI SIG e-Governance Award 2020. These awards given for the best performing e-governance ministries. In this, the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has brought up the award. Uh, Coming to the what is this all about? CSI stands for Computer Science of Society, has instrumented this series of awards for recognizing the contributions made in the field of the e-governance in the country. For this purpose, the awards has been conducted by the CSI SI e-governance platform, and these awards are given for recognizing the efforts made in the e-governance areas at the state level or department level or district level or at the project level. All these levels, this award has been given. Mm, all the nominations are in online, all these things, not important. Mm. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs has been the forefront on the e-governance practices. That's why the Tribal Affairs Ministry has been given this award. The performance dashboard has been with an interactive and dynamic online platform that showcases updates real-time details of the ministry with 11 scheme initiatives from the ministry achieving these sustainable development goals. The dashboard also captures performance of the various schemes of the ministry and the states and 41 ministries to ensure that the funds meant for the ST welfare being utilized properly. For this purpose, the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has given this award. And coming to the for the project category central government entity, it has given the award under the project category of central government entity in the 18th SI CSI SIGE awards of 2020. Uh, that's all, nothing important from this article. And get into the another article. It is the Sankalp regarding the Sankalp to promote the inclusive growth and strengthen the district skill committees. First of all, let's see what is the scheme Sankalp. And let's discuss the what the current affairs regarding in this perspective. The scheme Sankalp intends to set up trainers and assessor academies with self-sustainable models. That means Sankalp will set up trainers and the assessor academies with the self-sustainable models. And additional training academies will also be set up under the scheme. And what is the focus here is greater level of the decentralization in the skill planning. That means in the skill planning, the decentralization program will be utilized for the strengthening of the skills at the state level as well as at the district level and at all the levels, state level and district levels with the different plans they have to come up. In this way, it includes the setting up of the state skill development missions and other district level skill development plans, all these things. And it also aims at improving inclusion of the marginalized communities in these skill development communities, including the SCs, STs, and women, and also the persons with the disabilities. All these things have been included under the scheme. A skilling ecosystem has also been created under this scheme. It will support the country to climb up ladder in the ease of doing business index. That means with the commencement of this scheme, as the skills of the youth has been increasing, that's why as a result the employment efficiency will increase. That's why the ease of doing business of the country will automatically will increase. And coming to the things, the nodal ministry regarding the Sankalp scheme is Union Minister for the Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And mm, Sankalp stands for skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotion. It is World Bank loan assistant program. That means half of the amount will be assisted by the World Bank as a loan to strengthen the district skill administration and district skill committees. Apart from this, what is important in this article is the event also witnessed the launch of the skill training on gender sensitization and prevention of sexual harassment. That is the POSH. Uh, what is this all about at workplaces? This also has been launched in this event. That is skill training on gender sensitization and prevention of sexual harassment at workplace in partnership with the Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council as the implementing agency for this project. It is a 6 month project. It will be implemented in 15 districts across the three states of Rajasthan, Haryana, and Punjab with 1800 trainees and 240 training professionals. All this about the Sankalp. And coming to the next article, uh, SERB announces Women Excellence Awards of 2021 on the event of the International Day of Women and Girls in the Science, which is celebrated on the birth anniversary of the Sarojini Naidu. What here you have to remember is SERB. The SERB stands for Science and Engineering Research Board. It is a statutory body under the Department of Science and Technology. It supports basic research in the frontier areas of the science and engineering, which has been launched in the year 2013. From then, it is since operating, recognizing the young women as scientists in the research field. And nothing is important in this article. And coming to the next article, One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Uh, Punjab, the state of Punjab became the 13th state to complete the One Nation and One Ration Card system reform. It gets an additional borrowing permission of nearly 1,516 crores, an additional borrowing permission of 34,956 crore granted to the all 13 states which has been implemented this reform of One Nation, One Ration Card system. That means with this Punjab announcing this scheme, a total of 13 states will get 34,956 crores under this One Nation, One Ration Card grant. It is a reform which ministry has been stipulated. One Nation, One Ration Card system is, it is stipulated by Department of Expenditure under the Ministry of Finance. And what are the other states means the first six pilot states has been started and then one state has been added. Now 13 member states has been added to this. The first one is Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Tripura and Uttar Pradesh. The Uttar Pradesh being the largest receiver of the amount, that is of 4,851 crores. The lowest being the 148 crores for the state of Tripura. And apart from this, the One Nation, One Ration Card system is an important citizen-centric reform. Its implementation ensures the availability of the ration to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Act, which of 2007, which generally benefits the migrant workers and other families at any fair price shops across the country. Because these migrant workers, as per, they are not stabilized in one area. They frequently change the place of their dwelling to be self-reliant in their food security. This reform has been implemented by the central government. Uh, and The central government will ensure the interstate portability of the ration card. The Aadhaar seeding of all ration cards will be implemented. That is the eKYC of the ration cards, and automation of all fair price shops will be installed at the electronic point of sale devices. After implementation all these things, the center will give the 0.25% of the additional borrowing limit as the GSDP to the allowed states only, which has been completed the other seeding of all ration cards, and automation of all FPS in these two categories has been fulfilled. Then the central government will sanction this 0.25% borrowing of the GSDP of that corresponding state. And nothing important in this article. And coming to the next article, agri logistic systems in the country. Niti Aayog under the Government of India constituted a working group on crop husbandry, agriculture inputs and demands and supply projections, with a report titled Demand and Supply Projections Towards 2023. Uh, in this article, what they discussed mainly is, um, under the National Food Security Mission, the assistance has been provided for various interventions in different types of demonstrations and latex crop production technologies and promotion of the newly released high yielding varieties, hybrids, and climate resilient varieties, and stress tolerant biofortified varieties, and integrated nutrient management, and integrated pest management techniques, and water conservation devices, and improved freshwater tools, and capacity building of the farmers. All these things has been implemented under this pilot project. But here the important thing is, in order to sustain to the developing world, various intervention has been taken by the government. What are these intervention means? Promotion of the high yielding varieties, that is the hybrid varieties, and climate resilient crops, and stress tolerant or biofortified varieties in order to sustain in the drought conditions also, and integrated nutrition management. That means uh, pest control management. All these things have been covered in these things. And coming to the next thing, that is the for promotion of the horticulture crops, a new scheme called Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture has been implemented to maintain the supply chain and support the farmers in selling the perishable produce. The government also rolled out another scheme called as Creation of Integrated Supply Chain for Fruits and Vegetables in major cities during the year of 2020 and 2021. Here, the two schemes are MIDH and the creation of integrated supply chain for fruits and vegetables in major cities. And in addition to this, the crop diversification program, which is a sub-scheme of the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. This Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, a scheme of 2007, has been implementing in original green revolution states such as Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. What this Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana ensures means, it ensures the production of the security of the food crops, that is the rice, wheat, and different types of pulses, and removing the all hurdles regarding the production of these food crops. And coming to the other things, apart from this, uh, this crop diversification program generally aimed at removing the uh, farming of the formal crops such as paddy in the paddy producing areas, and tobacco in the tobacco producing areas. By removing these conventional crops, it want to diversify the different types of crops. That means crop diversification has been seen clearly here. Apart from the conventional crops, different types of crop sowing will be encouraged under this scheme. And to support organic farming through the Parampargat Krishi Vikas Yojana PKVY, to support the creation of a unified national agriculture market has been boosted to the income of the farmers. It further to enhance or to mitigate the risk in the agriculture sector. A scheme has been launched in 2016 for the promotion of the uh, insurance like scheme, that is the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana has been introduced by the union government. And apart from this, several types of e-nam, that is the National Agriculture Market. Electronically, e-nam portal has been created. All these things has been, this article is a written reply in the Rajya Sabha by the Union Agriculture Minister regarding a query. And coming to the next article, 11th edition of the Rashtriya Sanskrit Mahotsav has been inaugurated tomorrow at the Kuch Behar. That is the will be celebrated from 14th to 28th February 2021 in the West Bengal, state of West Bengal. Remember, the Rashtriya Sanskrit Mahotsav will be celebrated from 14th to 28th February 2021 in the state of West Bengal. It is conducted by the Ministry of Culture in order to preservation, promotion, and propagation of the Indian culture, both tangible and intangible. That is, the things which are feel and unfelt. And it is a flagship festival of the ministry organized since 2015. This festival has been organized since 2015 with the active participation of several 7 zone culture centers has been playing pivotal role in the vibrant culture of the India, attracting the masses in showcasing the different types of auditoria and galleries. Uh, and coming to the, nothing is important in this. And coming to the next article. Mm. We already discussed this article, nothing is important here. One fact you have to remember in this article is India accounts for 23.62% of the total world's pulses production. It is also one of the largest consumer also. Um, Nothing is important. This all about the PAB of today. And thank you.